Edo State House of Assembly has impeached the state deputy governor, Philip Shaibu, over a court affidavit filed before a federal high court sitting in Abuja. The Edo State House of Assembly had stated before the panel of investigation set up by the state chief judge that the affidavit filed by Philip Shaibu contained information about the Edo State Executive Council meeting which 22 out of the 24 lawmakers in the Edo State House of Assembly considered such as leaking official secrets. Philip Shaibu had approached Federal High Court in Abuja in 2023 praying the court to stop the conspiracy or plot by the state governor, Godwin Obaseki, and members of the State Assembly to impeach him from office over his political ambition to contest as governor in the forthcoming governorship election in the state. Philip Shaibu, in a video press release on Monday, described his impeachment by the lawmakers as illegal, adding that the action of the lawmakers is a threat to democratic practice in the state. The lawmakers carried out the impeachment despite an order of court sitting in Abuja asking the assembly to stop action. As at the time of filing in this report, the court has begun hearing on the matter in Abuja. It was gathered that the assembly began sitting at 9:41 a.m. and voted for the impeachment of the deputy governor by a vote of 18 against 1 who voted against, among the 20 members present, with the speaker expected to give the deciding vote in case of a tie. Shaibu, according to retired Justice Stephen Omolua, led 7-man panel set up by the Chief Judge, CJ, of the state, Justice Daniel Okunbowa, to investigate the allegation of gross misconduct leveled against the deputy governor, submitted that the deputy governor was guilty of disclosure of official secrets. In recent time, there was drama in the state ruling political party, People's Democratic Party, PDP primary election to pick the flag bearer for the forthcoming governorship election. The impeached deputy governor, Philip Shaibu, was elected as the PDP governorship candidate during a parallel primary election conducted at a location in Benin City. Ashu Ighodalo, reportedly the preferred choice of Governor Godwin Obaseki, was also announced winner of another PDP primary exercise which took place at the Samuel Ogbemudia Stadium in Benin City, the Edo State capital. Take that aside, the panel of investors, however, exonerated the impeached deputy governor on the allegation of perjury as it was not made up, that is proven. It would be recalled that on April 4th, Philip Shaibu objected to the 7-member investigative panel proceeding with his planned impeachment, urging them to adhere to an interlocutory injunction issued by a federal high court in Abuja. On April 5th, the deputy governor failed to appear before the 7-man panel that probed allegations of perjury and leaking of the government's secrets against him. Following the impeachment of Philip Shaibu, Governor Obaseki swiftly moved to fill the vacancy by appointing Omobayo Marvelous Godwin, a 37-year-old electronics engineer with experience in the oil and gas sector. The newly appointed deputy governor of Edo State, Marvelous Omobayo, was sworn in on Monday by the Chief Judge, Daniel Okunbowa. In his inaugural speech, Omobayo thanked his principal, Governor Godwin Obaseki, and the leadership of the People's Democratic Party for finding him worthy of the appointment. He said, "The oath of office I have just taken is my legal acceptance speech. It defines the legal limits that I can or cannot exceed while in office. Beyond this legal ceremony, it is imperative that I publicly express my profound gratitude to our respected executive governor, His Excellency, Governor Godwin Obaseki, and the leadership of our great party, the People's Democratic Party. After all the very painful and thought-provoking distractions of the past few months, our governor is determined to finish his second term very strong. From his dialogue with me, it is clear that he is very determined to bequeath a legacy of peace, unity, progress and visible development to Edo State. A legacy that the next PDP regime will find exciting to proudly build upon and maintain the leadership position Edo has achieved over time in the Committee of States in Nigeria. Born July 19, 1986, Omobayo hails from OsazuwaAkonedo local government area of the state. With a degree in electrical and electronics engineering and an MSc in public administration from the University of Benin, he is seemingly well suited for the role of a public administration. He is a registered member of the Nigerian Society of Engineers and the Council for the Regulation of Engineering in Nigeria. He serves as a senior maintenance engineer in Dresser-Wen West Africa Limited, cutting his professional teeth in the operations in the South-South area, providing top-notch services and growing the business in the region. He has also been active in politics in his local government, reportedly building bridges of trust with the people and mobilizing them for common causes, breaking political barriers to the chagrin of his opponents. Meanwhile, the Edo State House of Assembly had last week Wednesday explained how the state's deputy governor, Philip Shaibu, allegedly leaked the government's secrets and committed perjury, which, it said, were impeachable offenses. The assembly, represented by its deputy clerk, Joe Ohaifa, stated its case at the inaugurating sitting of the 7-man panel probing Shaibu. The panel, headed by retired Justice S.A. Omolua, was raised by the Edo State Chief Judge, Justice Daniel Okunbowa, at the instance of the State Assembly, which on March 5 commenced impeachment proceedings against the deputy government. The Assembly, according to Punch newspaper, said the impeachment proceedings were based on a petition accusing Shaibu of perjury and leaking the government's secrets. The impeachment is believed to be the latest development in the rift between Shaibu and his principal, Governor Godwin Obaseki. There had been an uneasy calm between the deputy governor and his principal since last year when Shaibu declared his interest to join this year's Edo governorship race. Stating the assembly case, the deputy clerk said Shaibu leaked the state's secrets in the affidavit he filed in support of an Abuja lawsuit. He said Shaibu rendered documents relating to the State Executive Council's meeting. According to Ohaifa, Shaibu violated the oath of secrecy he took and acted contrary to the provisions of Schedule 7 of the 1999 Constitution. The panel, after hearing the Assembly's case, adjourned till today, Thursday, for Shaibu to enter his defense. Earlier at the proceedings, Shaibu's lawyer, Professor Oladoyin Awoyale, SAN, had excused himself from the hearing after the panel declined his application to suspend the proceedings. Awoyale, in his submission, urged the panel to halt the impeachment proceedings pending the outcome of a suit filed by Shaibu before the Federal High Court in Abuja. Awoyale told the panel that the Abuja court had fixed April 8 for parties in the suit to appear to show cause why it should not grant Shaibu's prayer for an interlocutory injunction to halt the impeachment proceedings. But opposing the prayer, the deputy clerk said by virtue of Section 188(10) of the 1999 Constitution, no court had the right to prevent the House of Assembly or the 7-man panel from performing their constitutional duties. Ohaifa said Shaibu's lawyer must convince the panel that the provision of the Constitution had been altered for the panel to sustain his argument. In his ruling, the panel chairman, Justice Omolua, agreed with Ohaifa. The retired judge noted that the invitation for the parties to show cause was not an order to halt the impeachment proceedings. Justice Omolua said the panel would continue with the proceedings and asked the House of Assembly to state its case. Responding to the ruling, Awoyale told the panel that his client would not be able to continue to participate in the investigation and sought the panel's permission to be excused. When asked whether he was waiving his right to defend his client, the SAN answered in the negative, stressing that parties must obey the court's decision and that they should appear before it to show cause. Probed further if he was arresting the ruling of the panel, Awoyale answered again in the negative and reiterated the need to obey the court, which would be sitting on Monday, April 8, 2024. The SAN subsequently took his leave. The Federal High Court in Abuja on Monday resumed sitting in the lawsuit filed by the impeached Edo State Deputy Governor, Philip Shaibu, challenging the move by the State House of Assembly to impeach him. Justice I.E. Ekwa had on March 28th adjourned till April 8th, today, for the defendants in the suit to appear before him to show cause why Shaibu's prayer to halt the impeachment proceedings should not be granted. Since last year, the impeached deputy governor had been in the news from one case of intimidation to harassment allegedly by the state governor. The deputy governor of Edo State, Philip Shaibu, in one of the television interviews granted last year, said that his ambition is personal and he is 100% loyal to Obaseki. He made this known during a live interview with Arise News. Shaibu said in quote, "Ambition is personal, loyalty is given. I am 100% loyal to my governor, and that is why I have been intimidated and harassed. As I speak to you, I am relocated from government house. I didn't go to court to check the legality of that action. That is loyalty. My office for the 4th or 5th month, no allocation has been given to my office. And this evening, my aides told me that the governor has also instructed that the fuel they used to give to my vehicle should no longer be given to the vehicle, so why all this? I cannot be intimidated." During the political battle last year, local media reported that the Edo State Governor, Godwin Obaseki, sacked the former permanent secretary of the State Sports Commission, Mrs. Sabina Chikere. Recall that Obaseki had in August redeployed Chikere from the Sports Commission to Central Administration, Government House, Benin City, amid feud with his deputy, Philip Shaibu. Mrs. Chikere, until her last redeployment, was also the general coordinator of Bendel Insurance Football Club of Benin. She is a sister-in-law to the deputy governor, Shaibu, who is at the moment immersed in a battle of wits with his principal, Obaseki, on the 2024 governorship succession plans. The former insurance general coordinator, Chikere, is the elder sister to the wife of the Edo State Deputy Governor, Mrs. Marian Shaibu. A government house source who confirmed the development on Friday said it was not unconnected with the rift between Obaseki and his deputy. The source said Madam Sabina Chikere has been fired by Mr. Governor. The development is coming barely 72 hours after the Edo Deputy Governor, Shaibu, withdrew his impeachment lawsuit against his principal, Governor Obaseki. Shaibu had approached a federal high court in Abuja, seeking amongst others, an order restraining Obaseki, the Speaker of the State House of Assembly, Chief Judge of Edo State, and others from commencing impeachment process against him. However, on September 5, 2023, the Edo Deputy Governor, Shaibu, withdrew the lawsuit he filed at the Federal High Court, Abuja, and thwarting the effort by his principal, Governor Obaseki, to unseat him, Shaibu, from office. In a statement, Shaibu said his decision was based on the need to respect the intervention of several prominent individuals, including religious and traditional leaders, while also appreciating the governor for agreeing to the peace initiatives. Punch newspaper also reported that there was a mild drama on last year August when a security aide to Edo State Governor, Godwin Obaseki, stopped his deputy, Philip Shaibu, from accessing his principal. This happened at the 32nd anniversary of Edo State, held at the new Festival Hall, Government House, Benin City, Edo State. In the photos obtained on Monday, a security operative was seen blocking Shaibu's access to Obaseki during the event. But speaking after the event, Shaibu had pledged his loyalty to his principal, despite their rift. This is coming after weeks of dispute between the governor and his deputy. The deputy had gone to a federal high court in Abuja and obtained an injunction to stop the governor and state assembly from plots to impeach him.
Thank you all for standing by me under these troubling circumstances as the Deputy Governor of Edo State. It is with heavy heart, yet a resolute spirit, that I come before you to address the recent events that have unfolded within our dear state. I denounce in strongest terms the illegal impeachment by the Edo State House of Assembly over trumped-up charges. This is not just an attack on me as an individual, but on the very democratic principle that we hold there. It is a dangerous descent into dictatorship and a threat to the foundation of our democracy. Let it be clear that this impeachment was hushed because of my ambition to contest the Edo State 2024 governorship election under the People's Democratic Party, PDP, an ambition that is a legal right to all citizens of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It's a sad reality that in our political landscape, ambition is met with resistance, and those in power seek to silence opposition through illegitimate means. I have dedicated my life to serving the good people of Edo State with integrity and honesty. I have worked tirelessly to improve the life of our citizens. I have upheld the values of democracy and justice, and yet, in return, I am faced with baseless accusations and a blatant disregard for due process and rule of law. The allegations brought against me are nothing more than a smokescreen to conceal the true motive behind this impeachment. It's a flagrant abuse of power and a betrayal of the trust that the people of Edo have placed in their elected officials. We refuse to stay inactive while our democratic institutions manipulate and exploit for personal gain. We will fight this injustice with every ounce of strength in our being for the sake of the people of Edo State and the future of democracy. I call upon all well-meaning citizens of Edo, and indeed all Nigerians who believe in the principle of democracy and justice, to stand with us in this moment of crisis. We cannot allow tyranny and oppression to take roots in our society. We must resist the forces that seek to undermine our freedom and trample upon our rights. To the members of Edo State House of Assembly who have chosen to forsake their oath of office and participate in this charade, I say this: history will judge harshly for your betrayal of the people who elected you to represent their interests. But know this: you do not have the power to silence the voice of justice and truth. I call upon the judiciary and all relevant authorities to intervene and uphold the principles of justice and fairness. Let the truth prevail over lies. Let the rule of law triumph over lawlessness. I am confident that the legal system will vindicate me and expose the sham that has been orchestrated against me. I want to reaffirm my commitment to the people of Edo State, to the values that bind us together as a collective. I will not be deterred or intimidated by those who seek to subvert our democracy. I will continue to fight for the right and freedom of all Edolites, by extension Nigerians that suffer oppression. I will stand firm in my resolve to see justice done. As we stand united in the face of tyranny and oppression, I urge all to remain calm and go about our lawful duties as good citizens and true Democrats. Together we will overcome this dark chapter in our history and emerge stronger and more resolute in our pursuit of freedom and just society. Thank you for the opportunity given me thus far. God bless Edo State and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I remain Comrade Philip Shaibu.
OsazuwaAkonedo, bringing you the news in a more digital way.